Good morning, friends. Lucy and I want to say hi. We've been away so long, we feel like we need to reintroduce ourselves. I am Sharon. This is Lucy, our miniature long-haired dachshund, who is 9.5 years old and definitely my shadow. And I am here to talk to you today about cross stitch. I'm going to put Lucy down. See if she'll settle back down. If you've watched before, you know Lucy, and I had to let her make her appearance today. I'm so glad to be back, and I have so much to share that I think this may be extended into 2 videos, but I thank you for being here. If you happen to have stumbled on this channel, I am a mother of 7, a grandmother of 11, almost 12 precious grandchildren. My faith and my family are definitely my life, but my main hobby is cross stitch, followed pretty closely by reading. So sometimes I do share a book I've enjoyed or one that I can't wait to recommend. I also crochet, and I often share just a short window of crochet, often making baby Afghans or purses, which is a whole different thing we'll talk about another time that I do through my church. So today it is Thursday, April 17th. It is a totally significant week in our faith. This is Holy Week. We are leading up to Easter on Sunday, or Resurrection Sunday. And so it's a busy week. We have a lot of church attendance, special fellowship, but today I've got an itchy nose. I never get Flosstube itchy nose. Today I want to catch up with you, fill you in on where we've been, and show some stitching. And then hopefully after Easter next week sometime, I would like to fill in the gaps of what I haven't shown you today. I'm recovering from a rotten cold, and I'm hoping I don't decide to cough in the middle of this video. I do have my drink right here if I need it, but you can see in my eyes that I'm still a little bit congested. We just returned last Wednesday from 2 glorious weeks in the United Kingdom with our daughter and her husband and 3 children. They are Air Force stationed over in England, and they graciously drove us from where they live in the United Kingdom up to Scotland. And we spent several days exploring Scotland with them, then drove back to where they live and had some time exploring there in England. Oh my word, so many precious memories and such fun, but I am almost positive I picked this cold up on the airplane because it was Friday morning after we had returned Wednesday that I woke up with a sore throat. But on the mend, it gave me a chance to rest without question. I didn't get as much stitching done because it always affects my eyes when I get a cold, but I did get some done. So enough talk. Let's look at cross stitch. Welcome if you are new. Thank you for coming back if you're one of my subscribers who's been with me a long time, and you know how much I miss you when I'm gone. The first big change in my whip rotation is this piece that I'm doing for my husband. It is my oldest whip called Southern Heritage. This is a pattern depicting the Lyceum on the campus of the University of Mississippi, or Ole Miss. And if you've been with me before, you know I started this when we were newlyweds. But my start was guided by the shop owner back where we were in graduate school. Excuse me, I'm going to have a sip. And she guided me to a needlepoint canvas and so forth. Anyway, you've heard me complain about this before. This is the original, well, no, this is the second attempt at doing this piece on needlepoint canvas, which sweet friends helped me set up, and you can see that I made some really good progress. But people, no matter how I positioned this frame, I could not get much progress because my arms got so tired. I tried working at a table. I tried working in my chair. It was just not happening. And I procrastinated. I wouldn't pick it up. Well, one night I was thinking about this piece and it hit me. Why are you not doing it on cross-stitch fabric? Just cross-stitch this. So I talked to my husband. Sorry, guys, went right out of the frame. I talked to my husband the next morning and I said, what do you think about me restarting your piece? And we talked back and forth, and he didn't want to say. He hated for me to put aside the progress I'd made. But he finally said, you know, if it makes it more enjoyable to work on, you'll work on it and we'll actually have a piece to frame. So I bit the bullet. I'm not one to restart things, guys, but this was ridiculous. I had just not done what I had promised him I would do. He really wants this piece to hang above our mantle. It's dear to his heart, to our family's heart, that university. Anyway, I ordered, what is this? 14 count Aida, because that equals the size of the needlepoint canvas that I had been working on. And so I'm doing it 3 threads over 1, and I'm doing full cross. Well, this may not look like a lot of progress to you guys, but I am thrilled. And it is flying compared to what I was doing on the needlepoint canvas. Now, I started on the opposite side. So the one you saw on, I'm gonna reach it again, on the canvas will be the side that will go across from where you're seeing. This is the left, wait a minute. Yes, top left. So mostly tree, but you're seeing the top of the building coming in here. This is just a fill-in of the darker sky, and I'm just doing it sewing method, but most of this I'm doing in a nerge hoop. And oh my word, there's no comparison in the ease of the stitching. So you will see the beautiful DMC colors and the tree and the sky and just a little bit of the roof. I am gonna just move forward, and bless his heart, I hope he has his piece to frame. As I've told you before, it's our 45th wedding anniversary later this year. I know I won't finish it before the anniversary, but if I could just have it ready during that year, that would be so special. Okay, I received for Christmas from a sweet stitchy friend this beautiful Teresa Kogut design called 2 in a Bush. You can't really see the picture, it's a little bit dark. But I had wanted it started in February because of the hearts and the lovebirds. So I started it back probably right after my last video. And this has been some really good progress. Now, I do not know what fabric this is. I do know that it was gifted to me. I feel quite sure it's an even weave. It is not a linen. But what a perfect color. Okay, I can't see what you're seeing. There we go. So that's my progress on this one. 2 over 2 with called for DMC. And I would love to push this one toward a finish. These colors would match well in our living room, and I think it would be a sweet framed piece to put maybe on an easel. We'll see. Okay, it'd be nice if I could see. Teresa Kogut's designs are just gorgeous. So we'll see. Want to finish it though. I think that's such a sweet one. And I think this is one of the older even weaves. This color reminds me of the 80s, but it's perfect for this design. So we will work on it and hopefully get a finish. Now on my trip, I took this little dimensions kit because I figured on the airplane Aida stitching in hand would be the best. And this one is a newer kit. I think I got it probably at Michael's or maybe Joann on sale before they got rid of everything and started closing. Does this one have a name? Well, Fresh Flowers. So I took this with me and I got a little bit done. Every stitch counts, but the colors and the beautiful vase or vase with the water makes it worth working on. So I got this much done on that one. You're not really seeing how gorgeous the colors are, but I know the more I add in, the more we'll be able to notice it. And since it's this time of year, I will definitely keep working on this one. It's not difficult. You just have to keep up with where you are and which color, and then of course how many threads to use. Most of this stitching so far has been 2 or 3 over the 1 square of Ada. Haven't gotten into any back stitching. I do have a little bit of half stitch, which is fun because it goes so quickly. Now I know it's not Christmas in July, and I often forget to do Christmas in July, but for some reason this beautiful piece was calling to me. Lo, how a rose, and it is called Rose Air Blooming by Summerhouse Stitchworkes. I had ordered this fabric to work on with this piece, and I made some really good progress. So another one that I'd like to have finished and framed before Christmas next year. Let me get my needle minder off of here and I will show you. I even pressed this for you because this linen gets wrinkledy. Uh-oh, needle minder's off, but we're gonna have a hanging thread. I apologize to those of you who cannot stand to see a hanging thread. Okay, so look what we have. Ooh. The border finished and matte. Woo! And I've got the rose finished, those words, and I started the house. Now, I do know the name of this linen, but it is not here in front of me. I will do my best to bring it, or I can look it up for you if you need to know. I was looking for the green that was as close to what was in the picture as I could find. And you know, I'm more a blue person than a green person, but I have thoroughly enjoyed this work. So I'll keep working on the house, and then I'll go to the rest of the border and the words underneath. It's just a really fun stitch. Love the way the snow on the Christmas trees comes out. And the colors in that rose, people, look at that. So it is the Christmas carol, Lo, how a rose. All right, 2 more small things that I got on my trip that I've been working on. My daughter and I, well, my husband, my daughter and I left the children with her husband in the hotel in Edinburgh, and we did a walk down whatever street that is. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Anyway, the main street from our hotel, and we got a special treat because she and I had been craving ice cream, and we didn't really think we needed to feed everybody this expensive ice cream. So we went to the fancy ice cream place and splurged. It was delicious. And then we walked into the Edinburgh Public Library, which my husband and I had visited before to see the Gutenberg Bible, which we were able to see again. Oh my word. There are multiple copies, I believe, of the Gutenberg, but they have one of them. So in the library, they have a bookstore. And of course, we had to check that out. Well, my husband and my daughter spotted this. I had walked right past it. Delft Tulips, and it's a pincushion. This is a company based in Scotland, Textile Heritage. And they do a lot of these historic kits for tourists, and even locals enjoy these. So my daughter and I thought, we'll just finish this while we're on the trip. No big deal, we'll finish it. I frogged these little corners multiple times. Finally, I gridded so that it would line up. So we're close. We're just not quite there. Oh, Lucy. She's doing her guard dog thing. Here is where we are. You see one grid line there. That is a gorgeous little piece, Lucy. Lucy, it's okay. on Ada, 14 or 18 count maybe, kit threads. So I have one more blue corner and a little bit of back stitch right here. And then I need to finish the green back stitching. The tulips are finished. And the corners that are there are finished. So one more corner and one more little back stitch here, and then I want to make it exactly as instructed into the darling pincushion. It even included the cording ready to go. So I know she is working on hers. She may finish hers before I do. But to think that a little tiny kit can come out that beautifully. Cannot wait to have it somewhere on a table in our home. Lovely. And then we found the Textile Heritage bookmarks. And I've shown you these before. I've made a couple for gifts. I had never seen the Hieland Coos. Whole trip we didn't see a real Hieland Coo, but lots of sheep and lambs. But here is the stitched version. And so I started this one. It came with everything you needed. Of course, the backing is a blue felt and the sweet little bookmark, whatever you call it, tassel. So this was less of a start, but I do want you to see it. Look at the cow. I had to frog this for some reason. I can't remember what I did wrong, but I think I'm good to go. I've started the next cow's horn down here. I'm keeping this one for my own bookmark. It makes me laugh and smile. And the next time we're over there, I'm looking for the Hieland Coos. We just didn't go quite far enough into the Highlands to see them, but this is on the ribbon Ada, I think it's called, and I want to say that's 18 count, but it's fun to stitch, also in hand. It's a good one for putting in your purse when you're out and about. So those were two small birthday starts because while I was there, I celebrated my birthday, and what a sweet way to do that with family. Now, I do have a Stitchy Kindness that was a birthday gift that is a new start, but I'm saving it for my next video because I want to get a little more progress on it before I show it to you, but it is going to be a big commitment and yet a gorgeous one. I cannot wait to show you. So a little teaser. Okay, if you're okay with seeing haul, that's what's coming up next, and a short book review, or a book, not a review, show you a book. Before you leave me, if you don't like haul, I do have one crochet item. The grandbaby who is due in the summer, we are not going to find out if it's a boy or a girl until it is born. And so I am doing a gray, mottled gray baby Afghan for that baby. And oh, it's going to be so sweet. It is my favorite, which is the moss or the linen stitch. So it is, now wait, let me think, single crochet chain. But it works up so beautifully. If you can see those V's, that's the stitch. So I took this with me until I ran out of floss, and I'll be working on it because it needs to be finished by the end of June. But it is a good mindless crochet, and this is the Baby Bee floss yarn from Hobby Lobby. I'm using what size needle? H, size letter H. So fun crochet that I will continue until this is finished for that sweet grandbaby. Okay, so if you need to leave me now, this is our haul, but it will be short, and it's not really much cross stitch haul. It's some birthday happies and a couple of other stationery type things. Okay, we took a day to go to Ely, and we saw gorgeous Ely Cathedral, and we walked through the market on that day. And my husband had gone in the cathedral bookstore, so my daughter and I were roaming the market, and look at what we found. Is that not the most adorable little bag? This is by Rila Designs, and I have her business card. I'm going to show you. the sweet little ribbon, and on the inside is a white vinyl, which is perfect. And it does have the box bottom, which I love, so it expands to fit bigger projects. So I have my small projects in here, the ones that I showed you plus one more. And we got to visit with her. She makes knitting bags. She makes these bags. I didn't see any cross-stitch size bags like the big project bags we're used to, but I feel sure she would do that for us. Let's see. Okay, it says handmade bags by Carolyn. And there's her number and her email and her website. She was lovely. And the back of her card says curtains, Roman blinds, and home furnishings made to order. So if you live in the UK, you found a seamstress here. But she sells her bags in the market. And oh, I'm in love. I could have bought several, as could my daughter, but we brought home the sheep. Then, at one of their little free libraries, which happened to be in the grocery store, Lucy, stay. I found a gorgeous copy of Rilla of Ingleside. So on the trip and on the plane, I've been rereading all about Rilla, which has been such a sweet walk down memory lane. And isn't this a gorgeous edition? It is by, who is this publisher? I don't know, guys. I hope someone read this before they dealt. Virago, V-I-R-A-G-O, Modern Classics. If you've not read Anne of Green Gables, go for it. I reread it often, but I had not reread Rilla lately. And so what a fun lanyap to stumble on this and then to be able to read it on the trip. I'm not finished. I'm about halfway there, but it will be finished. I love it. Okay, now, I don't know where to start. On the way to Scotland, we spent the day at Sir Walter Scott's estate. And it's just left me the name of that beautiful place. Oh, please. So maybe it's on here. Oh, goodness, that's embarrassing. It was the first estate we stopped at. Amble. Oh, goodness. I'll have to look it up. That's so embarrassing. But anyway, perfect, beautiful gift shop. The estate was amazing. The gardens are beautiful now, but they will be even more beautiful. So we did some shopping there, and I bought the last two of their adorable needle minders. The little Scotty dog. I haven't even opened it because I wanted to show it to you. It's by Paraffle, www.paraffle.com. And then I got the thistle, which of course is a symbol of Scotland. My poor daughter, I snapped them up and didn't give her a chance. She probably would have taken one, although she stitches in hand, so maybe she didn't need it as much as I. It's gonna really drive me crazy that I cannot think of the name of his estate. Sir Walter Scott. It's gone from the brain. You can Google it. Estate of Sir Walter Scott. It will come to you. So we bought that there. I don't think we've bought anything else there, but if I did, I'll find it and show you. Then we went shopping in the little town in England where our daughter lives, Newmarket, which is the racehorse capital apparently. And we went in TK Maxx, which is comparable to our TJ Maxx. And I always go to the stationery section. I also go to the health and beauty aids. Lucy's bringing me her ball. You are so spoiled. You want to be the center of attention. Where did it go? Now, excuse me. It's important that we catch our ball. And I stumbled on a Filofax on clearance. Now, guys, this is not leather. It is vegan leather. But it is the personal size, I believe. Pocket size. So it had everything in it except the calendar, which is probably why it was on clearance. My dear husband got online that night and ordered me the inserts and had them for me when we got home. So it's fitting in my purse. I had run out of the inserts for my little tiny blue one, and I've had so much fun with this. I don't know how many of you enjoy Filofax or collect them, but to me, it's such a fun planner. I have a pink one, the little tiny blue one, and now the gray. So I think I'm just gonna alternate which size I use. But this was less than 6 pounds. That's unheard of, for goodness sake. Settle down, Lucy. We'll play fetch in a minute. We also found these beautiful socks. This was, Edinburgh Castle. Thistles again. So we got the pink thistles for me, and then we got the pipers for one of our sons who has a birthday coming up, and then a pair for my husband. And these are bamboo, so I think they're going to be really soft. That was my wearable souvenir. And these are gifts now. So my sweet daughter with whom we stayed just did this most heartwarming birthday for me. Banner, balloons, breakfast on the table, flowers. My husband cooperated, I know. It was so sweet. And the children's drawn pictures and hugs. Anyway, some of these are from her and her family. So I'm going to show you those. I'm sure there are other things that have gotten put away that I'll show you later. These beautiful cards. You know I love beautiful cards. And this is made in the UK. All these designs. So I've been sending these out already. 20 beautiful blossom note cards. And it is by, it's produced for the National Trust. Super cool. So these have been fun already. Then my daughter found the Hannah Dale notebook. Look at that hedgehog. She has so many sweet gift shops nearby, and I'm sure this is one she found out and about. Who would not enjoy using that? Look at that. You know, Hannah Dale has done some beautiful cross stitch for us, or they've turned her designs into cross stitch. If you're a bee lover, it also has the little honeybee. And then, everywhere we went, we saw daffodils. It was the time of year for the daffodils. They were amazing. Every little town in Edinburgh, everywhere. Well, we were looking for a daffodil design, and we found this one in John Lewis in Edinburgh. It's a Bothy threads. And guys, this was designed to be a card. So it's a small design. We don't just have the daffodil. We have the ladybug, the bee, and the beautiful bird. So I cannot wait to get this started, but I have made myself promise I will finish the tulip pincushion before I start this one. I've not even opened it, and I'm not going to yet because you know what that means. I'll start it. But when I do open it and start it, you'll be the first to know. What is it called? The Birds and the Bees. How cute is that? And I believe this is Hannah Dale. Rendale Designs. Yes, it is Rendale Designs. The Ada is the one she uses so much that's speckled, which I love. So fun in a box. And the last thing, I would do a flip through of this for y'all, but most of the pictures are the graph. They are not separate pictures, so I don't think I can do that. Maybe I can. If you're interested, let me know. But this was a vintage book my daughter found, and it was one of my birthday presents. Never seen this before, but it is full of treasures. It is called Joe Verso's Cross Stitch Year. So all the months, all the activities. I mean, you could sit as a stitcher and look at this forever. I want to see very quickly if I can find the one that I love so much that is maybe not the pattern. Oh, maybe not. I will show you some of these at a later date when we have caught up on everything else, because there's just so much. There's even a Lucy here I can stitch, but I can't show you Lucy because it's the graph. But this, I think, was published like in 1980 or 90. It looks like it's never been used. 1998, mint condition. So such fun. Well, you can see this one on the back. She just knew that I would love that. Well, look at these. Now, this is on the book, so it's okay to show you the pansies, the daffodil, the sheep, the bee. So any small gifts or designs right there. All right, friends, that's it. Thank you for coming today. I hope you made it till the end. If so, bravo. It's been 30 minutes of me chattering. I have so much stitching to do. I'm debating about doing a whip parade. I watched a new Flosstuber to me the other day, and she did a very long whip parade, and some of her whips are as old as mine, and I thought, maybe nobody would mind. I've done it in the past, but I always feel like I'm showing you the same things. But if you're new, so we'll see. But before I do a whip parade, I'm going to do another video to catch you up on what I've forgotten, and that big birthday start, and that should be it. If you celebrate, have a blessed Easter, and know that I will be back as soon as I can. I don't want to be away so long again. Blessings, and keep stitching. Bye.